What's up, y'all? It's your boy Juro. It is the 24th of April 2015. How is each and everybody doing? Doing all right? I hope so. You've made it through your week. You're about to step into your weekend. Now, I just did a video a little bit ago, but as I ended it, I had this feeling in my spirit to convey something. And I'm just going to take this time to put it out. And it's for the intended person. I don't know who it is, but I know that you were seeking your validation. That's why you came here. And the message is to prepare. Yeah, you're not crazy. No, you're not. You never was. See, even though we're starting to, some of y'all already did, but we're entering our weekend. For some, this is going to be the longest weekend ever. Because whatever was being hidden in plain sight is about to make its presence known. It is going to be crystal clear. And it's going to be the validation that you've sought for a very, very long time. Yeah, I know that. See, you know that devil's a liar. He will use anything he can to sway your judgment, to sway your perception. He also loves using fear too. And that's why we see and attract the people that we do. But because of the fact that you are God's child, the more and more that you embrace His will, His understanding, His direction, your clarity will come. And so what happens in the midst of that? Unbeknownst to you, there's a breakthrough. There's a revelation. There is something that is very stark that has been sitting there all along. Because, see, you didn't see it. You ain't see it. You know how they say proverbially, if it was a snake, it would have bit you? Well, guess what? You're stepping on it now. But there's a difference this time. Because now you're leaning under His understanding. I know Him as my Lord Jesus Christ. And guess what? You're tapping into that courage. You're not moved as you once before because you're starting to truly embrace who you are. You are loving yourself. You're speaking your truth. And in turn, the dynamic that you have placed yourself in is moving. Now, some of us may know that is a spiritual season. Because you got to understand something, y'all. When you took your first breath, your legacy was written. And that's because that's you. That's why you see the world in the view that you do. Only you can see that. Now, granted, there are commonalities amongst others, just like spirituality. It's based by interpretation. But what is so true is what is validated in your heart. Yes, your discernment is very, very strong right now. And you know the time to prepare. See, some of y'all are going to go through stark revelations this summer. This summer is going to be the summer that you will go back to as a reference point. Because some of you will understand that this was the season that your life changed. Some doors closed, some doors open, some windows remain. But just know this. See, you know that devil will even try to throw the kitchen sink at you because you're getting too close to who you are, who you were destined to be all along. And now you see your worth. Now You're taking accountability for your life, and you're finding peace. So yes, now's the time to prepare. You know, people always say, God is always, God is, how's it go? God is never there when you want him to, but he's always there when you need him. And now you're starting to take a position of humility because you're starting to take accountability of your journey. You're starting to hear and see things that are coming full circle that is validating that insight that was always there. And that is what is helping you, not enabling you. Not to make a light of someone, because we all go through peaks and valleys. That's why it's called life. And I also know that some people are making the choice to say, you know what? Because I love myself so much, unconditionally, that this is not my fight, nor was it. And you're making a decision to take the step to the road less traveled, called you. You don't know where you're going, but you know where you've been. And you have peace of mind because you know that your higher power, my higher power is my Lord Jesus Christ, is going to guide you. He's going to allow your angels and spirit guides to validate, protect, and as well give comfort in the precise moment in time. Some of you are just woken up and realize that the choices that you have made did not validate you. It only distracted you. And you realize and you're saying, I'm not for sale anymore. I'm under maintenance. You know how it is when you go somewhere or there's something that you desire and it says under maintenance or we'll be back in a little bit, and you're deciding to take this time for yourself. Take this time to reassess. And what's wrong with that? Your cell phones get upgrades all the time. What about you? I think you deserve it. And I congratulate you. Now, granted, this is the things that make up what we know is our testimony. And you're going to come to understand that it was never your position to be understood or liked by everybody. There are people that you have nothing to do with, but just so happen where you were at that state of mind at that time was the linchpin, the stronghold, the soul tie that binded you together. Now it's time to claim your worth. Because no one can love you like you. That is why it is your responsibility to set the precedence, to set the template of what you need compared to what you want. See, there's a many of people out there chasing what they want, only to possess it and realize that it had no weight. I think when it comes to you, you're priceless. And you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to have the peace of mind intended. So I say to you, each and every one of you, the intended, some will get it and some will not. Now is the time to prepare. You see, where you're headed, you may see things that you've never discovered, and you're going to gain a lot of knowledge and insight from it. And then there may be some familiar things that you've been there, you've understood it, but then you're going to find a whole new meaning of what the value was initially. That's your breakthrough. But you've got to be courageous when it comes to your life, y'all. You know, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I told them, for every setback is a set up. For every disappointment, there's a blessing in it. It is about your worth, y'all. See, everybody has a story, but it's up to you to define how it's told. So there may be situations where there are people that were in the beginning, won't get to see the end. And it doesn't mean it's a bad person. It just means their part was part of your legacy. But then there are going to be some people we know as opportunists that don't want to do the work. They only want to come on the come up. And they're going to try to slide their way in. Don't claim that. Don't claim that. Because they will never see your worth. They will not. You know why they won't see your worth? Because they don't see theirs. And you don't deserve to give your energy or time to someone who can't protect it, who can't value it, especially when it comes to themselves. So, you going to see your worth? You going to speak your truth? Or are you going to continue doing what you know you don't need? See, when it comes to your life, you're not supposed to settle, y'all. That's why you're given free will. But what is free will if you don't speak your truth? The worst thing that can happen is this: validation or non-acceptance. See, the people that truly have your best intentions should be parallel with you. It's the ones that want to hold you back from yourself. That's why boundaries are what they are. See, you're not supposed to play the role of the victim. You're not supposed to take the role of the martyr. You're not supposed to take the role of the scapegoat. Nah. It takes 100% effort to be you. So why won't you claim it? Because I'm going to tell you what. This is a living constant too. There will always be someone that will be part of their testimony. That will be their legacy and their reality. And the sad thing about it is they're not going to ever come into their own. You're not supposed to fit in someone else's box. You only validate theirs and they yours because it's yoked. Come on, y'all. So this is for the intended. Prepare for your breakthrough. Now, granted, for some, it may be a stark revelation, but you already knew. You already knew this. You felt it. You felt it long ago, but you didn't want to claim it. But I think there's a lot of you out there that hear my voice. You know, it's time. It's time, y'all. See, you can't run from you. Now, you can turn around and try to change your environment. But if you don't change the environment found inside, you will constantly see the same thing as it was. Only thing different is the faces. Listen, if it's divinely meant for you to have, the moment that you decide to go within your heart, to connect with Him, I know Him as my Lord Jesus Christ. He's going to protect you. He's going to move away the things that were holding you back from not having the clarity that you long for. If you spend 1 second going to lay your head to wake up unrested, it's time for you to speak your truth. But speak it with compassion, y'all. Don't speak it with a judging heart, because God said it best. Judge and be judged. The energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back. And there's too many people walking around in fear, in denial, in turmoil. It's time to remove yourself from that list, because that list will constantly flow. And when it comes to your life, don't you deserve to be happy unconditionally? Think about it. Not everybody is supposed to have access to you. Set the template by loving yourself. Embrace an authentic life. That means the real you got to show out, y'all. Got to show up. I see a lot of people get this mixed up. They say, well, you know what? If I turn around and project being assertive, then that'll get the attention that I've longed for. No, that's not going to fill that void. That's just going to only going to emulate that you're more broken. It's time for you to be accountable for where you've been. Look at where you are. But just know, when you decide to do the work inside you, get you right, the person that you're going to become will be thanking you. And guess what? Your environment will validate it. You're worth it, y'all. Stop tripping on the people in the cheap seats. They're there for a reason. They're there to distract you from yourself. And the people that love you, don't worry. If it's God's will, you'll see him again. God don't make mistakes because he made you. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. Somebody's getting ready to step into their breakthrough, and you already worried about something, but guess what? You about to exhale. And some of y'all going to be like, why didn't I do that a long time ago? It's because you didn't want to love you. Congratulations. You're stepping into your life. Be blessed, y'all. Peace.